this part. And so, I had had some success in racing, short course and medium course, Olympic distance, had done some Ironman, some half Ironman. And, I got to the point where, and I just looked at these results today and kind of shared them with you, but I was, my fastest 400 yard was a 6:29, and that was in a race setting where I finished eighth. And, there was a professional triathlete in that race, and her swim time was 5:25. So I just kind of figured to myself, well, 6:30, a minute off that pace is not so bad for a guy that doesn't have a swimming background. And then, I got injured in this off season in a skiing accident, and was just coming back from all of that, and got back into the pool planning to race actually this distance. And I was in the pool one day, and I was swimming next to a guy who was 15 years my senior, and probably 30 or 40 pounds heavier than I am. And here I am turning laps, and this guy is smoking me on every turn. Done your program,
Yeah.
and I caught the video scrolling through Facebook one day, and I said, hey, that's my buddy Phil. And so I checked with Phil, and he told me a little bit about the program, and then I signed up for the free session with you. And it's funny because uh, before we even did the first test, and I kind of told you where I thought I would be, and you said, yeah, we can definitely go under 6 minutes. I thought in my mind, under my breath, I was like, there's no way, to what other athletes had done in races that I'd been in. And my fastest efforts were all based on fitness level, not so much form or anything else. Yep. So yeah, 6:48 was where I started, and yeah, from then on it was just put in the work and start to learn some things. And really, what it boiled down to me was, I mean, it really was technique, or is technique. From somebody who was very much doing catch up swimming, learning to do a new stroke or a different stroke that's better tailored to me. And really, I think the best things for me are the visual and mental cues. When you show the swimmers that are doing it correctly, then we can see the videos of ourselves that we're sending in, and kind of make those comparisons and understand. When you say getting around something, or anchoring something, or waiting for the catch, all those things start to make sense. But it's a lot of practice. I've been fortunate to see, improvements in every week incrementally, kind of leading up to that last 400. But, in the past, these long sets leading up to race. So I'm obviously putting the program on hold for this week, but getting a couple long swims in just for leading up to the race, just to practice. And I did this effort where you go kind of 25 at a quick pace, and then you come back easy, and then you do a 50 at a quick pace, come back easy, 75 and 100. And so that basically gives you 500-yard blocks, and every one of those 500-yard blocks. So at 500 yards, at 1,000 yards, at 1,500 yards, my watch, when I stopped at the end of a session, every one of those was a best time. So, and that's without putting in a lot of extra effort. And really, when it comes down to it, I mean, those are efforts that, over long distances in the past, when I look back at Training Peaks, that's the beauty of having Training Peaks. You can look back at those numbers. Some of those similar distance swims were almost 20 seconds per 100 slower. And I think for all of us with this mindset too, and a lot of us anyway, we're always looking for that advantage or that way to get better. And sometimes we buy that speed with bike wheels. Sometimes we invest it in other things. And in my case, like I said, there were a lot of motivating factors to improve the swim. And for me, it's just really, I will swim laps, and I will think to myself, stretch, catch. I'll think of anchor and get around it. And it's those things that continue lap after lap to ingrain into my stroke. And again, you can focus on these things, and you can see the results. And so then now you're thinking to yourself, okay, well, what's the next mental cue? What's the next physical cue? And how do I get it? Am I ready for it?
Yeah.
And those from probably from 2016 on, I've been sitting in the pool swimming 140, 142 lap after lap after lap after lap. And now I'm going out there and swimming 127s, 130s, 132, and it's kind of staying right around that pace. And yeah, so I'm excited to see what's next.